Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creatively on Sunday the 31st of August 2022 with FLOSSTUBE number 136. Coming to you from this very beige blown out wall from Kawaru. I'm up at my dad's house, so I've been here, got up here on Friday and I'm here for a few days, and Dad's just sat down to watch a rugby league game, an Australian team versus another Australian team, and he's got some choice words to say because he considers the refereeing pretty terrible, inconsistent, one-eyed, and that they're a bunch of rhymes with banker. So if you apologise if you hear anything, I don't think you will hear. I'll hear it, but I don't think you'll hear it. Also, you might get some traffic noise because I'm in my bedroom, but quite close to the front of the road, and it's a relatively busy road. Kind of a secondary road in Kawaru, small town, but everyone drives down here. It's very noisy at night, not like where I live. So yeah, I don't have too much to show you. It should be a relatively quick video. Dad's really good. It's been nice coming up here for just a planned visit, not a emergency bloody medical related trip, touch wood. And Saturday, so yeah, drove up on Sunday. I'm all confused because I didn't work on Friday and it's all just weird, but yeah, drove up Friday, good trip up, relatively uneventful, and then yesterday we went into Whakatane, and because of course with Dad not driving at the moment, he has quite a few lists and isn't able to get in to see anybody as often as he would like. And we went and visited with my auntie Ivy, which means you also get to visit with a whole lot of other random people because they come and visit. I'm pretty much, my auntie just sits there at home and people come and visit her. So it's very unusual to have a visit with her when there aren't other people coming and going. So she sort of ends up having shifts really of visitors, but she's very loved and she's an amazing woman. So, and she's getting close to 101, which is just amazing. So we're really lucky to have her in our lives. And what else did we do? Ran some errands, and then today I've just been not doing too much, pottering around, trying to get Dad to get a little more organised. He's very good at keeping things like paperwork. So we went through and did a bit of a cull, and I just got some wood in for him, got some laundry going. I took everything, dusted all the bits and pieces, and gave all of his nice removed furniture a bit of a polish. And I've just done my end of month. I just had to do a bit of work, my end of month, end of July, financials and stuff at work. So just got all that done, all the time sheeting stuff imported and reviewed, and checked the end of month finances and all my forecasts for the end of the project and all that sort of malarkey, and got that all ready for my project coordinator to pick up and review next week. So that's really good. So tomorrow we're going to have lunch with one of my dad's sisters-in-law. And I might pop in again in the afternoon and catch up with some friends after work. And then Tuesday we'll take Dad in, we'll visit with my auntie again, and I've got lunch. He can have lunch with her, and I've got lunch with some of my old work mates from Whakatane. So yeah, and then Wednesday I drive back, going to the ballet on Thursday. It's a new choreography for by one of the former New Zealand ballet dancers, Lachlan Pryor. He's done the choreography for Cinderella, and it's quite a modern take, which will be really cool. I'll talk about that next week on my video. What else am I doing? Got a hair appointment. It's quite a bit on, but I have a few days off, so I don't actually go back to work until Wednesday the 10th. So I get sort of Thursday running, got hair appointment, ballet, a whole lot of socialising. Friday I've got to myself, and then I've got the weekend, and I've got Monday and Tuesday next week to get some stuff done, to potter around. I've got a few drawers and cupboards that I want to organise and get rid of some stuff, so that'll be really nice to get that done. But I got a lovely gift from one of my subscribers. Thank you, Liz. Liz chats to me over on Instagram quite a bit, and shares with me a whole lot of information from her family and heritage around the importance or the meaning of having pomegranates. So she's my little pomegranate buddy, and living in the States, but she had a friend. She's got a friend in Porirua, which is over the hill from me, and so she sent me this via her friend Kami. I don't know if Kami watches this. I don't think so. Forgive me if I got that wrong. But it's a Keep Cup, a stainless steel cough travel mug, and it's got this. And I wonder if she either did this. I think she did this herself. Certainly the cards personalised. It looks like she's got a Cricut or a similar machine. So yeah, my soul is fed with needle and thread. It's so nice. So haven't used it yet. I wanted to show it. I love this sort of champagne-y, bronzy colour, and I'm gonna fill it up with something on the way home, Liz. So thank you very much. And yeah, so she made me a little card. I'm guessing she made it since it has my name and her name on it, and a little message inside. So yeah, it's really lovely. And yeah, she's my little pomegranate buddy. So thank you. And then I got my Silks for You. We've got Silks for You June clubs. So we've got the colours of the month, which are the 4 15-metre skeins. So we've got PR 158. I need to give the colour for it's a rich purple, a nice Halloweeny one, PR 184. Then we've got PR 183 and PR 180. So a couple of sort of pairs. These two go nice together, and these two go lovely together. And then the colour of the month, silks of the month are just stunning. They're just numbered, so they're the 5 by 10 metre skeins, custom dye for the club. And look at those, aren't they beautiful? Just a lovely fade for something like that. They need to stay together. Often, yeah, they just need to be stitched on something. I don't know what, but you know, I'm gonna, like last month's colour, silks of the month were just beautiful together. These similarly, I love these together. Onto stitching. I drink this horribly lurid drink that my dad has in the cupboard. I don't usually drink soda, but it was cold and I grabbed it, and I call these my dad's vases. They were actually glasses that he got some like at the supermarket. You can spend so much money and you get stickers and you can get, you know, whatever. And so I call these vases. They're cut glass, they're huge, and so like when Dad was in hospital, so I tell him that these were actually meant to be kept flowers in. They're not drinking glasses. I know they are drinking glasses, but and so when he was in hospital last time, and you know, you don't get, you know, you get what you're given when you're eating and stuff, and he'd had limited visitors, and you know, I said, well, can I bring you anything when I was going to visit? He said some cold green milk. So green milk is what? No fat, non-fat milk. I don't know what. It's just we call it green top in New Zealand because all the milk that you get with has the same colour top. So red top's cream, the dark blue top is full fat, blue top, the light blue top is what? Fortified, so extra calcium. No, that's the yellow one's extra calcium. What's the light blue? Light blue is a low fat milk. I don't know what they'd call them in the States. And then the green top is like practically no fat milk. Anyway, he likes the glass. He said, I want a vase of cold green top milk. So I took him in a vase and some green top milk from the fridge in a cooler bag with ice, so it was really cold when I got in there because it's a 40-minute drive. And so he was very appreciative of his vase of green top milk. So it's a thing, drinking out of the vase. It's on the one hand is like diet. It's horrible. Duet or something, sparkling duet. Oh, anyway, I should have just got water. What I stitch on? I didn't stitch on many things. I just kept it really simple. Mind you, the last couple of weeks I've had quite a lot of stitched on, right? So I wanted to make more progress on this. I'm quite keen on getting some finishes. I didn't finish it, but I got, you know, I did a bit on this. So what's it called? Drawn Thread, The Winter Garden, which I'm stitching on all the cord 4 silks on 32 count Smokey Pearl linen from, that's what I got. And last time you saw it, I'm pretty sure I haven't shown it since. I had a quick look and I'm like, I think the last time you saw it I'd finished the house. So I kind of had everything done from here over and the little bits of foliage down here, and I had the words done to about, I think I had the word done to heath, maybe cedar, but anyway, doesn't really matter. I've done quite a bit more, a bit see-through. So I picked it up again. I got the cedar tree done and the hellebore, and I've started on the pine tree and I've got all the wording done. So all I have to do, I did this last night, this pine tree. I need to finish the pine tree and get the holly in, and then come back and put all of the, I think there's a couple of little chickadees in here as well, a couple of little birds. And then I need to put all the specialty stitch snowflakes along the top. But yeah, pretty close to a finish. So I'm going to definitely finish this week. Like, I'm going to work on this tonight, and I don't know if I'll get it finished, but tonight, tomorrow night, I should be able to get this finished. But the lighting at my dad's isn't great, so I've got to be a bit cautious about what I stitch on. So I had done, when did I stitch on that? It must have been Sunday I stitched on that, quite a bit on Sunday. I don't think I did much on Sunday, which was really naughty after my video. But I didn't start my May I, which was my next piece. My 28th start of 50 was going to be May I, which I had, you may recall, stitching with my stitching for my own conversion on fabric that I'd pulled from my stash, which was going to be, the fabric was 40 count Midnight from Country Stitch, and I had suggested it might be a challenge. I pulled it out, so I should have started it during the day. Like I had said, I will start this during the day, but I didn't. And the reality is it's winter, so most of my stitching happens at night. So, you know, because I work during the day, and it gets dark at 5:30. So I pulled it out and I started, you know, bottom left-hand corner with the grass, lovely row of green, and I pulled out my silks for you and I started stitching. I got about 30 stitches in and I hated them. The thread felt too thick. I think, I haven't counted it, it's a 40 count, but I think with shrinkage it's probably closer to a 45. And it's very tight, like very tightly woven, so really hard to see the holes, and I had light and I had extra readers and I didn't like them. The stitches looked odd, so I managed to frog them, which was tricky, and I started again and got like, you know, 5-10 stitches in. I didn't like how they looked, pulled them out. Tried a third time and I got like 5 or 6 and I'm like, I don't like, this is horrendous, this isn't going to work, I'm not going to be able to finish this, no, I would be able to stitch it, I would have got there, but I wasn't enjoying it. It's like, if you don't enjoy it after 30 stitches, you ain't going to enjoy the whole thing. And given that I want to stitch this design a couple more times because I want to stitch, so this is a gift, this one is a gift, and then I want to do another one for another friend. I've got to be careful because these people are watching these videos now occasionally, but they watch them, and then I want to do it for myself as well. So I'm going to stitch this a couple more times. So I decided life was too short to stitch on 40 count navy fabric. I just couldn't do it and enjoy it. So I went to my stash, and I had my heart set on doing this on a blue, and I don't have a lot of blue fabric. And I went to almost the other extreme. I found in my stash that, you know, I've got a huge piece of 28 count linen that Gail gifted me as a rack, and a huge box of stuff she sent me either early last year or late 2020. I can't exactly remember when, and I had already gifted some of this as part of my 500 subscribe, I think it was 500 subscriber giveaway. And I never stitch on, I hardly ever stitch on 28 count. Like, I probably could count on a 6-fingered hand the number of times I've stitched on 28 count. Probably done 2 or 3 pieces on 28 count, like even weave, Brittany, etc. And I've probably done 2 or 3 pieces on linen. I just like, I've usually stitched, I used to almost always stitch on 32 count, and now I prefer 36 and 40, but I mix it anyway. I pulled it out, and as I've gone I've tweaked the colours a little bit, because some of the colours I'd pulled didn't quite work on this fabric, because I had pulled them when I was doing it on navy. But anyway, I stitched and stitched and stitched, and I started it on the 24th of July, and I finished it last night. Really love stitching on it, and you know, I've not used 2 strands of silk on, you know, and a lot of it's in silk, some of it's in cotton, it's all in overdyes, and by jingoes, did I enjoy stitching with 2 strands of silk on 28 count. It was just beautiful. So here it is. After all that preamble, I got it finished. It's such a fun stitch, and I started with the grass, then I got all of the tree trunks in, which gives the whole piece the structure. So from there you can then, you know, pop in the little critters, and you know, get your house in, get your sunflowers in, get your beehive in. You know, with these red flowers, just you've got somewhere to place them, so they get placed in. Same with the pears. Similarly with all the little red cherries, you can pop all the little red cherries in. You can put these sort of lilac-y finger flowers in, pop the birds in, go back and, yeah, bleeding hearts down here. It's such a fun stitch. And then the last thing I did were the words, because by then you've got all the gaps, and it's easy to count to everything. So, but when you get those branches in, then the structure's there, and then it's all just like load up your thread and go for it. So from the original colours I pulled, I'd made the birds a bit brighter, because of course the fabric, they were closer to this fabric than they would have been on the dark blue. If you stitch this, you need 6 stitches in the colour that you stitch the bird in. You got 3 little stitches each there. These little chicks in the. So don't buy fancy floss for that, for goodness sake. Similarly, the colour you use for the smoke that's the only place you use it. So, and the colour you use for the door and the chimney, they're the only places you use it. So, and the colours for the window frames, it's the only place you use it. So don't go too nuts. I mean, this colour down here is the only colour you use for the rabbit. So yeah, you don't use some of it. But yeah, I also, my arm's getting sore, I stitched, it's because it's on 28 count, you know, 2 strands of the thread, and then even the back stitching that I did for the stems of the leaves and some of the flowers and the, for the leaves, the pears and the cherries, I used 2 strands for the back stitch, because one just would have got lost on it. The other thing I changed, yeah, the cherries were charted to have the same greens, have green stems the same as the colour as the pears, and I just used the brown of this trunk because I didn't want these little bright bright stems, because my pear green's quite bright, so the pears have green stems, but so I changed the cherry stems to brown, and I'm quite happy with that. It was just a week's stitching. It's not that big, so if I stitched this on 40 it would have been so tiny, it might have been a bit of a small gift. So I'm really pleased in the end how it came out. I can't, really happy with it. So probably when I stitch it for my next friend, I think I'll probably do it on 40, probably do it on 28 count again, but I think I'm going to make it more of a neutral fabric, not a blue. Oh god, who knows, maybe I'll use blue again. I've got heaps of that fabric. But change some of the colours. I'll do something different, but I'm not going to stitch it for a while. So that's pretty much, that's it for my stitching. One more thing to show you before I go, and apologies for my voice. I don't know, I've been doing a lot of cleaning today, and I think just the dust and cleaning products, I don't know, I've decided it's made my voice go weird. So my start for this week, start 29 of 50. I didn't have anything planned, and I went back and forward with a few things, but I decided I needed to start a big ass sampler, and this is one that I got from off of Redley, from the Sampler and Antique Needlework magazine, summer 2015. It's a quarterly magazine, and it went for 3 or 4 parts. I don't remember how many. You at least start with summer 2015, and then you'll look for the next 3 or 4 editions. It's 1816 Philander sampler, which was reproduction charted by Lisa Harris. That's a mock-up there. It is in 2 colours. Mostly it was in a called for dark brown NPI, and then a red DMC for some back stitching, and some satin stitch on a couple of the motifs, like maybe half a dozen motifs. I decided that I want to stitch this on 45 counts. I've had this kitted up for ages, and I've not stitched a big project on 45 count. But looking at this in person, I can see it even without, I can see it better than I could see the 40 count. So I think it'll be fine. And so I got a die, so 45 count Bristol in the colourway Limestone by Country Stitch. I think it's a fat half. So it's a big old piece. It's a big sampler. This is going to be another project that is, so this one I'm not going to finish really quickly, and it will take it's going to be I won't finish this year. And I pull to try something different. As I said, it's charted for dark brown MPI, but I've got a spool of the Weeks Dye Works cotton, because they're a bit thinner, single strand, and it's got a lovely variegation but subtle, and I think it's called Cocoa, the colourway Cocoa. I think it's going to look really nice on the limestone. And then for the red, I grabbed something from Stash, which is a silk by Gutermann, and it's the colour 26, which I've used for something else. And so the red, it's a similar weight. So I think that could look quite cool, so I'm looking forward to giving that a go. I don't know if I'll start this until I get home, because I probably want to get, at the very least, I've got much better light at home than I have here, but also I've got my reading glasses I could put on top if I need them, but so I think I'll wait till I get home. But I wanted to show you what I was going to start, otherwise this video would have been, whoops, I kicked the tripod. This video would have been very short. So I'm going to wrap it up now. At least it looks like the video is recorded the right way this time, and get it edited, and then go and see how Dad's doing. Thanks for coming along. Oh, hello to a whole lot of new subscribers. I should really have said that at the beginning, shouldn't I? But I'm so bad at this. yeah, we had quite a lot of subscribers join from last time, from my last video, so I really appreciate you coming along and checking out my video. And I'll probably have a little bit more stitching next week, so I have a couple of days at home when I can do some stitching. But yeah, quite keen to get that drawn thread finished. That's it. So yeah, take care, be safe, find joy in your stitching, and as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.